I don't know why we get nervous. It's because it's not just blabbering on anymore. But so what brings me to this topic of what makes a Heyoka. Okay. The reason why I'm coming to this is because of Tony Robbins is doing a challenge of closing the gap. What's keeping you from your goal? What's keeping you from, in my eyes, the way I seen it, the way he's talking to me, the way I see things, it's what's keeping you. And I go, well, from talking about it, from opening up, from expressing myself, from being vulnerable, and for what? I go, from others can learn, for others can understand that there is hope, for others to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and things like that. And it was challenges to go on there and to talk about your business or your career, right? And I'm like, well, I don't really have a career, I don't have a business, but I go, if I reframe that and rethink about it, I go, what do I do then? What do I invest my time in? What am I trying to accomplish? I go, well, becoming the higher version, becoming my higher version, becoming the best version of you. That's what the answer I got back from my higher self. Because, like I said, you ask yourself these questions. You ask yourself these questions of becoming the best version of yourself. And this is only my opinion. This is only what I believe and what I see and the way I see things are turning out. So thank you, Tony Robbins, for helping me understand it in this way, because I've been seeing it and hearing it, but it's the fear. The fear of what? The fear of being wrong. Wrong about what? It's your experience. It's what you see, and it's what you consider, and it goes back to your identity. What are you? Why are you limiting yourself? And I go, that's the inner critic. That's the ego. And this is just becoming self-aware. So then I go back to, so we do talk about this. We talk about a lot of things. Now let's just narrow it down and have more structure. And let's stick to one topic and try as much as we can, because the way it's the old story or the old identity is hard to stay focused. But it's like, no, dude, I can stay a lot more focused than I was a year ago, a month ago. And it's that 1% progress rule. It's that 1% progress rule of becoming the best version, like I said, of yourself. I said it was rule number 6, but I think it's rule number 2. It's one of those other 2, but it's Jordan Peterson's 12 rules to life. 12 rules to life, man. And if you don't read, like if you're like me, I don't like reading. Why? Because my attention is fat of a goldfish, and my comprehension of retaining is very difficult. I have been changing that by thinking about it like this, and I heard it from Tony Robbins, which is listen to the material, or listen to the knowledge, or listen to the lecture, or or the seminar, as if you were going to teach it to somebody else. And I added this part as teaching it to someone younger than you, which for me means simplify. Keep it simple. Keep it to the basics. Okay. So we're not even in the topic yet. I'm just explaining to you how I'm trying to be more structured. Why to become more structured? Because before you give a fuck, Johnny, I go, well, that's the thing. The old self wasn't working. The old you was the old identity of you just doing it like an action. But there are benefits to that, which is being quick-witted, which is being able to because when you meet someone, you're right away, you're already, it's a sales talk now. It's building rapport. We know how to build rapport. We know what people want to hear. We know what people like. How? It's intuition. It's your experience, the way you grew up. Meaning, dude, I'm sorry, I'm gonna kill a little flyer, and we're pretty. We do that type of stuff. So this is just explaining it because I have my opinion and my version of what it is. And you're never a Heyoka completely. I'll just lay that out there real quick. And the reason why I say that, it's because it's you're growing. You're always growing. You're always developing. And you're becoming the best version of yourself. And for me, the reason why I never embodied that term or that label, and we'll get to labels in a second as well, but it's because Those are big shoes to fill. That is a lot to accept. So, and the way I am, I'm not just going to accept it if I don't understand it. At least in the sense of the way I think now versus before, which was not having no core beliefs, having little standards, being a codependent, being a people pleaser. My values depended on your values, type of thing. And now that I have my own values, now that I do have self-love, now that I don't care what other people say, now that I see if it it's like a good example I can give. It's I can sleep around, I can start dating around, I can start doing a lot of that stuff, but I'm like, you know what? That's going against what you believe. That's going against what you're building, which is self-respect, which is valuing yourself, understanding what energies are, exchanging them. So stick to subject, because like I said, I get all over the place and there's many things that I could talk about. And but the thing is, what makes a Heyoka? Well, the chief describes it the best, which is you've been dipped into dark, or you're born into light, dipped into darkness, brought up to light more than a few times for sure. Meaning, and you still continue to smile. You still continue to do good. You still continue the best of not letting it consume you, meaning break you. Or maybe it did, but you decide not to be like them because you could. Understand, you could be just like them, a psychopath, a borderline, a narcissist. We could be like, but because we experienced it. Like I said before, you have a PhD by experience. You literally do. So where I'm coming with this, or what I'm saying with this stuff is, and this is one of the reasons why I never really wanted to accept the term Heyoka for myself personally. It's because the way I seen it, people have been through it worse than me, and I know it. When I meet them, when I speak to them, I could only imagine. I could only imagine what you've been through and what you occurred. Because if I went through it the way I did, and it practically almost killed me in the sense of like up here of maybe becoming a full-blown narcissist, becoming just as evil, malevolent, malignant, toxic, not giving a fuck, stepping on everyone for your benefit, type of thing. Is that it's that I did have love, my grandmother's love, I had my aunt's love, but there was a certain point when I went back to my mother, and my mother being, no judging my mother, but under the circumstances she's in, she did the best she can. She was a 15-year-old mom, I think. She took me back. She when she was 14, 15, and then took me back about a year after, meaning I went with her, and I started living with her. I have no father, growing up with no dad. So, I'm not saying this what makes you a Heyoka, but you have been through turmoil. You have been through bullshit. You have been through shit that I can't even imagine, like I said. And that's why, these women, these goddesses, I call them goddesses, by the way, these Heyoka women, man, my hats to you. I much respect, because you guys are women, and women, to me, this is my opinion, are stronger. They are a lot stronger than us. They give birth, dude. They give birth to little yous, to little humans. They give birth to. Think about it. You create the little humans, but they give birth to them. Think about it, man. They're powerful. So my props to the goddesses, man, to the high priestess, because you're able to transmute that negative belief, because that's what you've been born with. You have been born with these negative beliefs. You have been engraved with you that you're not worthy. You're engraved that your opinion doesn't fucking matter. You don't care. You're rendered invisible, or you started taking over your family sooner than you were supposed to, meaning you were not allowed to live your own childhood because you had to take care of your family, your siblings, or mom even, or your parents, who knows? Or going through, even if you're lucky to even have a family, because there's people who don't have a family, meaning to foster home. And that's why I say those are real Heyokas, because I'm a baby Heyoka, that's the case, because I was blessed to have a family, a mom. Yeah, under drugs, under the situations, and the projects, but now that I think about it, My outcome could have been much worse if I think about it. Meaning, once I got out of that victim mentality, once I got out of that, things are happening to me, things are happening for you. My world is taking care of me. That's that transurfing. There's so many tools available. There's so many tools for you that we can use. It's just up to you. Do you want to use these tools? What are you going to make? And this is what this 3D challenge is showing me and implement. This is what take action means. I'm like, what the fuck does take action mean? I thought I've been taking action. But take action with a purpose. Take action with a vision in mind. In other words, is what I'm trying to explain. So what makes a Heyoka, I'm going to go back to it because I have to bring myself back here. It's somebody who did not give up. Somebody who keeps fucking fighting through the bullshit, through the misery, and understands himself, and finally starts taking their power back. And what I mean by taking your power back, and I sound like a broken record saying this, you're not letting outside things validate you. You do have self-worth. You do have self-value. You're trying to become the best version of yourself. You're working with integrity. You're doing the right things when people ain't looking. And improving yourself, healing yourself. You're healing. The more you heal yourself, the more you heal people around you. Because your vibration is vibing now. And the people are either going to fall the fuck off or they're going to stay there with you. And when I mean stay there with you, meaning as in grow with you, help you, empower you, push you. So that's, to me, is what makes a Heyoka or is what is a development, because you're always in development. You're always growing. You're always trying to become the best version of yourself. And now saying it, not as somebody else. And it's very, and I speak this because I experienced it. I understand it because that's something that, like I said, I was on a Facebook group and I started seeing like, why is this person getting, and it's like, why are you even comparing? And I didn't even realize what you're doing is comparing. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's journey is different. And it doesn't matter because your time will come. Your time will come in the sense of you're going to help out somebody. You're going to inspire somebody. You're going to push them. And it just be you, do you. And that's what makes you a fucking Heyoka, because you're unique. You are unique. You use humor. You make people laugh. You because medicine's for the best. Medicine is, laughter is medicine for the soul. Laughter is medicine for the soul. And that's why I smile. And that's what makes you, because you're the clownster, because because as you awaken to who you are, you stop reacting to people. You start realizing this is not wasting my energy. But if you're still immature Heyoka, trying to be Captain Save-A-Hole, trying to fix everybody, I understand that someone's getting their ass beat, call the cops, say, do something, don't just let them get their ass beat. But it's like, meaning there's no note to interrupt a fighting couple if they're fighting and that's them. Because I have seen and I have been the outcome of like, why are you stopping this type of thing? Like, because some people don't want to be rescued. So empower yourself. And it's okay to treat yourself. Because as you awaken to who you are, you're going to ask, am I the narcissist? I sure fucking asked many times. Because you're a mirror image, you're awakening, you don't have no core values, or you have very, very low ones, and all this stings. It fucking stings as you start waking up. Your toxicity, your own, because you start valuing yourself. Like I said, or like I said, it's like Joe Rogan said, it's like a film company or producers are walking around you, and you're getting their script, like, and this is the best part that what I'm realizing, you are the script, you are the director. And going back to, she's from Leggings. She does leggings. No. Something about leggings. Sarah. Her name is Sarah. And she does those, like, leggings. You never had it. But she's a billionaire. She's the youngest billionaire. And I love the way her perception of everything is going, because she says, I didn't like my story. She was telling facts, and she goes, I didn't like my story. I didn't like it. I hate my story. So I had to rewrite my story. And she went to her journal, started writing down what she wanted. She said, you know how she's gonna get there? She did not know. And that's exactly like, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't know how I'm gonna help. I don't know what but it's like, you have to share, at least start sharing. It's like asking for God to win the lotto. Well, play the fucking lotto. And he can help you. Same thing. Same thing. It's like and it's. I love her story. It's just, and it's because you are the director. You are the act. You are the actor. It's just, it's what you want. It's what you focus on. It's what you place your attention to, because you can either see it shit is happening to me or for me. Amor fati. Love your fate, no matter what. Embrace it. This is what I'm learning, and I'm loving this part. It's getting there is half the fucking fun. So the pain, but it's hurt, John, because you're learning, you're developing, especially if you're a Heyoka, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna go through it. You're gonna go through dark times for sure. You're gonna lose people. You're gonna. You believe it or not, you're going to, because you are the most powerful fucking empath, the most powerful in truth. You are a fucking badass. You just forgot. I forgot, and I'm remembering, and this is, and I heard this quickly. I think it was Aaron, some guy named Aaron, not Aaron Dowdy. It was another Aaron, some fucking chiquichulo, a pretty boy. He said, what sets you apart from a sage, whatever the hell that means, I don't know how a sage is, but I'm assuming it's like a master of some sort, is that he accepts it more than you. And if you think about that, that's a fucking truth, because people can believe in you. People can believe in you. Okay, they can. But it's how much do you believe in yourself? And it's a power of belief, the power of thought. Powered by a powerful emotion, by the way. And this is something else I learned today. There is an IQ and there's an EQ. And it's better to have a higher EQ than an IQ, by the way. Because that's your emotions. And you have, like, meaning intuition, being in tune. Because that's your fucking sixth sense. Those are your spiritual gifts. Believe it or not. We all have it, by the way. But your ass, you've been fucking practicing since day one. You have been practicing that intuition of yours since day one. And so everybody has this superpower or this intuitive gift. So as you start to awaken to who you are, you're going to start noticing this. So like I said, it is better to have a higher EQ than an IQ type of thing. Got distracted right now, sorry. But, so, and I also wrote it here is, okay. And what helped me is understand the ego is useful, by the way. Those are your characters. Those are your identities. Those are the people you can go to. That is, as they call it in is it Jungian or is it Nietzsche? I don't know which one who said this, but it's the archetypes. You have archetypes. You have the lover. You have the king. You have the warrior. There's another one, but there's a few other archetypes that you have that you summons, which be humble, be the warrior, show no mercy, and integration of that shadow. And so the bigger your shadow is, believe me, the bigger your wings, the brighter your light, the more of who you start. So all this, guys, what I'm just saying is what makes a Heyoka, because I have to bring it back into tag, is, like I said, it's always in development, and you're always growing, and you're understanding who you are, if you ask me. Because if, personally me, I would not wish anyone was a Heyoka. I would wish this not even my worst enemy. I wouldn't, because to be like that, you went through some fucking shit, man. You've been through some hurt. And that's why, like I said, it took me a long time to try to adopt this term, because I'm like, I know people have been worse through it than me. And I can only imagine what they've been through. Especially these high priestesses, especially these fucking high priestesses. My respects to these ladies, because they're able to face it. They're able to integrate it. They're able to understand. They want to know more. And that is beauty. That's beauty. Yeah, looks help, and having a big butt. It's helpful. Yeah, pretty face, but beauty. That's the soul. That soul connection. That's amazing. Someone to grow with like that, sharpen each other, pour into each other's cups. That's beauty. If you ask me, that's the, not a twin flame. That is a soulmate. And it doesn't have to be sexual. It could be your best friend. But what better than to marry your best friend, right? Like, that'd be badass, wouldn't it? I think it would. So that to me is what a Heyoka is. Like I said since the beginning of this video, it's always in development, and it's something that you wouldn't want to be. Like, if you had a choice, like, meaning consciously, like, you're gonna go through this pain. You're gonna go through this suffering. But like I said, you going through that pain, you suffering through that bullshit, That's what makes you the badass. If you face it, if you don't ignore it, if you don't squeeze your shadow down, and if you pay attention, become aware of your thoughts, understand yourself. What is this trying to teach me? And the easiest way is cut toxic ties. And as you raise your vibration, people are gonna fall, the fake people, and it's okay. I couldn't be by myself before. Why? Because I didn't know how to be by myself. I needed outside external validation. I needed to be called a cool guy. I needed people to tell me I was a certain type of way because that was my identity. Going back to what I'm learning or what I'm taking action on. And like I said, today's homework was, what am I doing to close that gap? I'm like, well, I have to share more. I have to be more vulnerable more. And like I said, and hopefully it helps somebody. Hopefully it gets somebody to I can resonate with, to like, dude, there is light. Believe me, if I could do this shit, like me, Johnny, anybody can. And this is where the shift of consciousness, this is what the mental alchemy comes in play. And find what works for you. There's lots of information, too much information, as a matter of fact. Now the thing is implementing it and walking the walk, doing what you're doing. You know, walk it like I talk it. I walk it like I talk it, man. You mean I might walk a little crooked, but I walk it like I talk it. I'm getting there because, like I said, ultimate thing for me at least, is to give back. To give back what I have learned, what the chief has taught me, literally what the fucking chief has taught me, which is that you're a badass. You are an unstoppable force of nature. You just fucking forgot it. It's in your DNA. That's why you're listening. Whoever this number one person here, whoever this is, thank you, by the way. Hit that thumbs up. But yeah, so this is the stuff that I'm learning and I'm understanding. So that to me is what means to be a Heyoka. And like I said, I wouldn't want to wish this upon anybody. But if you are, and you're understanding yourself, you're going to ask yourself as you wake up, am I a narcissist? And it's because that's who you've been surrounding yourself with. So if you're a mirror image of somebody else, a reflection of other people, and we don't really have an identity of our own, into fucking our ego falls, into they leave, into we have no one to become, no one to shapeshift into. That's what it is. We're shapeshifting into people. You know, meaning, what do they want to hear? Because that's how we manipulate our own selves. And now I can see, like, dude, if I were to take this knowledge that I have now, fuck yeah, dude, I'll be deadly. The dark empath. But I know that's not the way it is. You know what I mean? I know that's not the way it is. So, just wanted to mention that stuff there and bring that up. And I hope I answered the questions. And if you can't add more, please leave your comments. I'll be more than happy because it gives me something to talk about. So that was today's topic of what makes a Heyoka. And it's just... it's a lot of pain, man, and you transmuting that pain. That's where you use that trauma. You use this as fuel. They light that fire up your ass. Dude, this is the reasons why. It's like I said, this is my fuel that I'm using of why I want to be the first millionaire in my family. Or it's another one that I learned. We are millionaires because look, we do affirmations, right? But the chief said it, if you don't believe it, it's not going to work because you're not believing in it. There's no emotion behind it. You have to believe it. So I changed up, I want to be a because I'm like, oh, really, Johnny? In the project still? And that's where that inner critic and that self-doubt kicks, which I catch now. And I see, and I'm working on it. And I start to believe in myself in the sense of like, dude, you are a fucking bad. Because I stop, I become present, I stop worrying about the future, I stop dwelling on the past, and I ask myself these questions. Where were you last year? Where were you a few months back? You were not where you're at now. Meaning, how much you want this and go and stop bringing up these excuses because the more you practice this, the more you catch it, the more you understand this. So, yeah. Oh, it's I wrote it down. I am a millionaire. I just haven't got paid yet. So, keep following your passion. Yeah, man, that's my thing. It's like, I am a millionaire. I just haven't got paid yet. Because that's the cherry on top. Because doing what you want to do, which is improving your own self and be able to help others, help other people in their own spiritual path, their own spiritual growth. Fuck, dude, that's badass. And that business is a spiritual game. That's what another one that I learned today is spirituality. Business is a spiritual game, and that's another one that I got today. That I'm just in this, and this is all thinking through business of like, where do I want to close the gap at, And it's sticking to topics, sticking to subjects, and just working on that. Like, because we could talk about 1,000 things. We can talk about, Kiko, please, Kiko. Sorry, please. Tiny bit there. So yeah, that's my thing that I'm trying to explain, at least, is that part. Is yeah, sorry, I get it. It's my environment, right? Let's put something to do with this. That's that part. Oh, let's go here. I put it in this notebook. What else is it right here? Oh, and always go above and beyond. Take that extra mile. And that's one thing that I've seen that's just business-wise, but that it separates one from the group and from the pack is going that extra mile. Doing that thing and doing it authentic, being you, being genuine, you know what I mean, meaning it, and doing it with no expectations. No expectations. Like, do that. So I just wanted to share this, and I'm already going 26 minutes. And I know if you're a Heyoka, you're probably already halfway off. You clicked off in minute 2. So thank you. You stood all the way with me. And I'll try to do some shorts on this if I can, okay? Much love, and love you guys. Bye.